Hey everybody, it's Kendall Lanice, and welcome to Reviews and News. It's about 12:30 a.m., but I just got finished the Femmeitforward concert. So, Brother Calvin, thank you so much for inviting me. He was like, "You want to go?" And this was, I guess, a couple months ago. And I said, "Yep, I sure do." All right. So, Femmeitforward, it was in the MGM at the MGM Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland. Some say DC, the DMV area. And I just walked in the door. So, let's go. All right. So it was a great concert. Brother Calvin and I drove there. He drove and we went to the casino. We got there super early. He said, "Do you mind going early, leaving at 3:30?" I was like, "Not at all." It started at 7:30. We wanted to make sure there was no traffic issues or concerns because ain't nothing like rushing to try to get somewhere. So, man after my own heart came and got me. We rode out. So we got there about 2 hours early, which is fine. The doors opened at 6:30. It started at 7:30. We got into the theater. Now, let me just talk about the theater. The theater you can see from everywhere. So no matter where you are in the theater, it's big enough to be big. You know what I'm saying? But the way it's made, it has that small feel to it. You can see from anywhere in the high rise, low rise, on the floor, on the sides, you can see the stage just as well, right? Of course, it's not the front row, but we were up in the balcony seats. But where we were in row C, which is we could see everything. We saw them. They didn't look like ants, and then they also had a big screen. All right, so who was on this tour? Candace Dillard from the Real Housewives of Potomac. She opened up. This is her area, the DMV. She's a HU graduate. We had Maya, who is from the DMV. She was there. We had SWV, New York, and we had Faith Evans from New Jersey. So they were all here bringing the power in this Women's Month, because y'all know it's Women's History Month. All right, so Candace came out. She did her thing. I was happy to see her. We were just told maybe a few weeks ago that Candace was going to be on this tour. And she has a few dates. I know she was just in Connecticut with them. She doesn't have all the dates. So with the Femmeitforward tour from their Instagram, this has been a run. So with SWV, Maya, and Faith, and then also 702 they were coming to some of the dates. But then I looked, so many different versions. Ashanti was there one time, Tank was there one time. So it was a lot of different versions. And I think that there are not going to be more versions of this particular one. I think it's like 2 or 3 more, and then other people are going to join this tour. I'm sorry, it's like 12:30 a.m. So please excuse me in advance. All right, so when Candace came out, she did her thing. She looked pretty. She sounded great. I took my notes at the concert so I can make sure I run them off because I knew it was going to be late or early. But she had dancers. She did about 3 or 4 songs. They played clips from Potomac, but not visual. It was audio throughout her little set, and she had dancers. She did her thing. So go Candace. That's huge for her to open for these amazing ladies who have been doing this for 25 plus years. And then Maya came out. So let me just tell y'all this. So it was some women behind us, and they were talking about Maya's going to come out and sing her 4 or 6 songs, and then we're going to go on to SWV because Maya don't have. And I turned around, I said, trust me, I saw Maya live. I said, she will surprise you. I said, she has the performance down. She has the stage presence down. Y'all know she's a dancer. She got the vocals, okay? And she always has a great performance. The first time I saw her, I was like, whoa, okay, Maya. So I already knew what they were in store for, but they were back there hating on Maya, like, oh, she's going to come and do her 4 or 6 songs. So she came on that stage and killed it. And of course, more than 4 or 6 songs, hit after hit after hit. And even when she did her first song, "It's All About You," and y'all know Cisco's on that song, so we heard a male voice. But then she was like, "I got a special guest for y'all," and Cisco came out and did his thing. Now I love me some Cisco from Drew Hill because he is a star. He's going to take every advantage of every situation when it's time for him to perform or get on stage. He is always on, and I knew that before. But when what's his name? What's the DJ's name? DJ Cassidy. You know how he has the different virtual shows after the award shows, and when Cisco was on, you know, all the other ones, like I'm Sitting to You, they're singing their songs like this. Cisco flipped into the camera and he took that little teeny bit of moment to do his thing. So Cisco is a star. So what you need me to drive from Baltimore to come up there so I can do this down there real quick? And he did it and they sound great. I got videos. I may post some a little later. But Cisco went on there and did his thing. Maya looked beautiful. Her wardrobe change was beautiful. And you can tell she's a consummate performer because she didn't leave the stage much. She did her thing. She changed one time, but that one time was 3 different looks. I'll explain. So she came out with her little romper, her gold romper, and her dance tights, you know, with the sparkles on it, flesh color, and her black boots. And she did her thing. She was doing all her dancing. She wore her hair like old Maya back in the day where it was her natural curls. Her makeup had bronze and gold. She was beautiful. And then we were talking when we were leaving. I was like, I don't remember her. I know she changed her clothes, but the way that her performance went, you couldn't tell that she was off the stage. So she came back and she had this gold dress on and these high black boots, and then she opened up that, and then she had another little outfit on. Then she took that off for My Love Is Like Whoa, and she had that on. So you can tell she's a professional because she wasn't spending a lot of time off stage having looks, but she gave us like 4 different looks. And she also did this, whoever was her arranger, she did an old school medley, but it circled back around to the original song she was singing. She did Choosy Lover. She did Lay Your Head on My Pillow. That was a staple song. So she fed all of these songs into it and then came back to Lay Your Head on My Pillow by Tony. Like the way whoever organized, I was like, whoever put that together, the musical arrangement, phenomenal. And she did her dance and she still got it. She's 40 now on Instagram. I think last year she was talking about turning 40 and everyone was like, dang, Maya is 40. She looked amazing. She can still dance her butt off. She said her father was in the audience. He taught her everything she knew. She said she loved 70s and 90s music. That was her favorite. And that was her inspiration. But Maya burnt that stage down. Then there was an intermission. So that's the thing Calvin and I were talking about. Like the intermissions were kind of long. So we had Candace, then there was an intermission, then Maya. Then there was a long intermission between Maya and SWV. So we were like, all right, Sisters with Voices, you know, we don't know what time they allotted for the intermissions, or if they were SWV was zipping up the last final thing, or somebody was running to get some shoes. We don't know, but it was a long intermission. But SWV came out in their sparkly hot pink, I guess it was magenta. So of course, y'all know how they have the variations of the same kind of outfit. So they were all sparkly pink. Lily had on like a full tennis skirt. Taj had on like a romper that came mid-calf, and Coco had a cat suit that kind of closed right here in the cleavage area with a little tie. They all looked really cute. Taj had her blonde hair, like remember that Anything video? I remember when her hair was done in that video with no weave and she was just flowing naturally. Coco had a black bob, which was really cute, and Lily had, wild hair, which was cute on her. They did their thing. They sang all of their hits, everything that you can think of from SWV, they sang it. I wasn't hurting for a song like, dang, why didn't they sing that? They sang, most of their hits. Of course, it wasn't their concert hit, so they can't sing every album cut, everything, but they sang their hits. And Taj was out on the stage, and she was like, all right, so we almost 50 or we're 50, because Coco is 51, she'll be 52. Taj is 50, she'll be 51, and Lily is the baby, 48. So Taj was sitting there, she had 2 bottles of water, and she was like, let me tell y'all something, I'm dancing around, I'm not, young no more. So she drank the bottle, threw it, drank the other bottle and threw it. And she was like, shoot, this is how I keep this marriage, going for so long. Y'all know she's married to Eddie George, and they have been married for years. And then, Lily does her thing. Lily and Taj did the most talking. Coco sang, but they all sang. They all had a moment to shine where everybody sang. And I love that, because sisters with voices, and they only think that Coco can sing because she sings the lead, and we know Coco's voice. But Taj was singing, her voice was strong. And Lily's voice, she sang Happy by Mary J. Blige. And then, Taj, use your heart and not your eye. And y'all know Taj, if y'all don't know, she sings a lot of lead in that song, and her voice was very strong. They did well. And Lily was like, y'all know I'm, 48. She said, I started this journey at 19, take a break. And I love that they had a moment and talk to us, because everybody in the audience was probably older. So we know they ain't trying to overexert themselves, even though they were dancing hard and they weren't running out of breath. They did their thing on there. They sang, it was high energy. They did it. The audience was singing. We were all singing with them. They did their thing. SWV, Sisters with Voices, they did not disappoint either. So we had Candace that did her thing. We had Maya that killed and wrecked that stage. And we had SWV coming to do some more damage to that stage. Everybody was up in the audience. Taj told everybody to get up. We were singing, and we were swaying and dancing and having a mighty good time. And then, of course, they ended with Weak. They sang that song down, everybody, because every time they perform it, they always say they never thought that song would be as big as it's become. Like, everybody knows SWV cannot perform without Weak, and they closed that and destroyed it. Their vocals, all of them, were good. They looked good. They looked like they smelled good from the stage. Everybody's hair was good. The outfits were popping on the stage. Just something about that pink. And if you follow SWV, you know the kind of outfits that they wear. They all have, like I said, the variations of the same outfit, but they all looked amazing. They did their thing. So then it was a pretty long intermission in between SWV and Faith. So I was asking Calvin, we were leaving, I was like, how long you think out of all the intermissions? He said it was probably like an hour if we really considered the time in between each one. So then we were waiting for Faith to come. She was the last one. She was closing it down. And when Faith finally came out, of course, she did not disappoint. I mean, her vocals are the same all the time. Her live sounds like the albums. Her albums sound like the live. Her voice is so strong and rich, like syrup. Like, it's just good. Faith Evans, y'all already know, she don't have no problem singing the floor down. She don't have no problem just singing, standing there singing. And she had her daughter, China, singing background for her. Y'all remember China since she was little. She sings background for her mom. That's pretty dope. Like, to turn around and see your daughter, or for your daughter to be singing every song. So, and also to employ your daughter to make sure she works and gets a check. I love that, because China has been singing with her for quite some time. So Faith was like, thank y'all. I haven't performed in a minute. And a lot of performers are just coming back out since COVID. Faith came out looking great. She had her signature blonde hair, a part down the middle, had her little baby hair, and had her a straight bob. So she came out with this tutu toiled kind of long black skirt, and then she coupled it with a short leather jacket. It was like my kind of vibe, that rocker chic. She looked good. She came out, she sang about 3 songs before, and then she was like, all right, so after this song, like 3 or 4 songs, she came out to Burning Up, Baby, I'm Burning Up. She came out to that, and of course everybody was like, yes, Faye, Big Feezy. She came out, but she sang about 3 or 4 songs, and then she was like, okay, so after this song, I'm gonna go off the stage and I'm gonna be right back. So then it was like a long time in between. So we were like, okay, are the background singers going to stay? But they didn't. So they all left. So it was just dark for a minute. So then 15 minutes passed, and then Little C's and his crew came out today. I know you heard me on the radio, true. I know you see me on the video, true. They sang that, and Rub It In If You Love Big Papa, that song. So they came out and did 2 songs. And we were like, well, why didn't they just, like Faith, you know how some singers, they'll sing and then they'll sneak off stage, and then the backgrounds are still singing the same song, extending it so you can't really tell that they're off the stage. And then we thought that Lil C's and them should have came out, but it was like dark time in the middle. But Faith, was keeping it real. She was like, I'm going to, change and do whatever. I'm going to be back. So she came out and she changed into a gold and black, almost like a tuxedo jacket dress with belted and some high black boots. She looked really pretty. She really, really did. Her makeup was good, and she was classic Faith, very personable with the audience. She even saw Lily. Lily then came back around so she could be out there. She was like, Lily, I see you. She's like, come up here with your big butt. Because at the end, Faith called a lot of people on the stage. So Lily was down there rocking, and Love Like This Before, everything that Faith, they did a little medley before she came out of the song. Like her background singer sang some songs, I guess some of her popular or fan favorites, before Faith got out there to give us a taste of it. So I was like, I already know that she wasn't going to sing those songs because the backgrounds sang that song. And they had a nice package up there on the big screen with Faith, and they showed different clips of Faith, and her name was up there. They had a whole little package with her speaking, which was pretty dope before she came out there. So then she came up from the middle, and everybody went crazy because it's Faith Evans. We know, if you don't know nothing else, that Faith can sing anybody down to the floor or under the table. That's just what she does. That voice is just rich and buttery. And she sang all her songs, and then she came back out after Little C's. I was going to say Big C's, like Big Papa. Little C's, she came back out, and they were trying to still hook her mic up or her earpiece, and she was like, forget it, just forget it. So she came out to just close the show and sing some more. So she sang and she spoke, and she was very personable, and she was singing her song. She was like, y'all sing to the audience. She was like, sing that ish. And she's just raw and real. And, we were singing it, and she was like, y'all sound good. She was like, this sounds good. And it's got to be a beautiful thing for performers to come up there and sing their songs and see that they're missed and they're loved the way Faith was loved. I mean, SWV was loved, Maya was loved, even Candace, her hometown, gave her some love. We gave her love, but everybody that was on that ticket tonight did their thing. They came to perform. They looked like performers when they came to the stage: hair, makeup, clothes, background singers. The stage was pretty much the same for everybody. You know how some people come and change the stage. It was pretty much the same for everybody. The differences were the packages that they might have had on, because they were even playing Faith Evans videos to match the songs that she was singing. So everybody had something different, but the stage setup was pretty much the same. And Faith Evans had DJ Battlecat up there with her. But you know, some concerts, I know with New Edition's concert, they have a DJ through the downtimes. They didn't have a DJ, so that's the only thing that I would have liked. Like even in the intermission, it wouldn't have felt like we were just sitting there waiting if there was a DJ kind of connecting it, like the flow, like one and then the next and the next. There was like a solid stop in between each act. Now, if they had a DJ, we would have been dancing throughout. But I know who was having a good time, like even in the intermissions in some parts, is the people down on the floor had their own little party. They looked up, they was doing electric slide. They were, one lady was, you got to check my IG page. One lady was trying to sing Mary J. Blige because it was playing. And she had everybody singing with her like she was directing a choir. So you can make your own fun while you're waiting. You can decide how you wait. If you want to go to intermission, go to bathroom, go get you something to drink or something to eat. You can decide what you want to do or just sit there and wait. So if you sit there and wait, it seems longer. So if the people that might not have been able to get up, it would have been nice to have a DJ at some points throughout. But overall, the show was great. We came for some good singing and good performances and dancing, and they didn't let us down. We saw that, and it was a good night. It started at 7:30, and it ended at 11. So that was a pretty long concert, and people gave their all. Maya's set was very long. SWV's Faith, you know, it was long too. I was trying to decide when I was thinking about it. I was like, was Faith's set longer or did she just close? Because I really feel like they were all pretty equal. Maya's seemed pretty long in a good way. And then Faith's, she had an intermission within the intermission. So I was trying to think if they had the same amount of time, and I didn't look to see how much time they had. But we were thoroughly entertained each time, you know. What else do I have on here? Let me make sure I got everything. I didn't even look at this. Let's see. So everybody's song choices were great. So if this was someone's first time seeing Maya, it was a good representation. First time seeing SWV, good representation. And I had to think about it. I've seen Maya before, I've seen SWV before, but I don't think I've ever seen Faith Evans live. I feel like I have, but I'm like, have I? Or just so many live performances on television, I feel like I've seen her. I think this might have been the first time I've seen Faith live. I've seen so many concerts over the duration of my life. I had to really stop and think, because going to concerts truly are one of my favorite things to do. I love live music. So I had to sit there and think about it, like, have I seen this lady before? And I don't think. And so she was introducing everybody, and she said, you know who I am, Big Fizzy from Brick City. I was like, okay, Big Fizzy. And she was good. And I couldn't help to look to see if she had her wedding ring on from Stevie J. I just had to look. She didn't have one on, but I don't think they're divorced. I don't know if she had like a tattoo on her wedding finger. I'm not sure, but I was looking, but she didn't have it. And since they had been married, he's been traveling with her and coming out. And I don't know if he was there, and I don't think he was there, but she didn't miss a beat. She kept doing her thing, and everybody loves Faith Evans and that voice. SWV, Coco's voice was strong. Everybody's, Taj and Lili's too, and Maya's. A lot of people think that Maya may not have a strong voice, but she really, really does. And she sound good, and she looked good. I'm so proud of all of these beautiful Black women during Women's History Month. Even Maya handed out flowers, and I was like, that's probably for Women's History Month. And she was like, Women's History Month. And Candace, do your thing. I'm so happy to see her do her thing, and she sang her hit Drive Back And she did a great job. Everybody looked great. That this, this concert was good. So if the Femmeitforward concert is coming to a city near you, definitely check it out. Let me look at their Instagram quickly before I end, because I know that it's about to shift. Let's see. Because I know Brandy has done some dates prior to this go around in tours. So yeah, so it was at one point SWV. I'm sorry, 702 was with them, but they didn't come tonight. And that's okay because it was good. It was good. Yeah, they have a lot of different people. At one point, Ari Lennox was on the tour last year. Tiana Taylor, Seven Streeter. It's different people throughout. So just go to their Instagram or go to, this was a Live Nation tour, so you can go there just to see who's going to be there. So I'm not sure if they have different duration, so they'll have this one that'll run for here, then they'll have another one that picks up with new people. So I'm not sure, and I think it's one more left or two more left for the lineup that I saw today, including 702. So check it out. Let me know what you think. So wait a minute. So if you were at the MGM tonight, I really want to know what you thought of the tour. What did you think of the performances tonight? What did you think about the wardrobe and the makeup and the dance moves and the vocals? What did you think? If you were at MGM Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland, some say DC, on 3/13/22, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Let me know who your favorite was. Let me know what your favorite song was and how they performed it. Was it great for you? And it was like 4 women next to me, and they left before Faith. I really think that they were there for SWV, because when Maya was there, they were like, and then when SWV came on, they jumped up, and then next thing you know, Faith Evans was coming on right before her, and they were gone. So I think that they came. And also let me know in the comments, like when you see a tour, do you want to see everybody on the tour, or do you just want to see your favorites and roll out? Because if I'm paying for a tour and it's a good lineup, I don't even care if I know if I don't know a person on the tour. Like somebody could open, I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna stay for the entire lineup because I just love live music and I want to see everybody. And plus, I want to get my money's worth. So will you see everybody, or will you just pick and choose? Because these same people were late, so they missed Candace. They saw Maya and SWV, and they rolled out. They missed Faith, and they missed a great performance. At the end, Faith pulled people on the stage. She had a list. She was like, "Where's my paper? Give me my paper. Where the paper?" And she ran off the names. She was like her faithful. So these might be people that come to all her tours or that she's in contact with, because she said, I know I got a lot of faithfuls out there, and I talked to some of them over the years. So I don't know if she met them on social media, but she seems like a loyal type person, even making sure Little C's he eats off of this tour. Like, hey, come perform 2 songs. Probably I'm going to pay you. I'm going to keep some money in your pocket. I like loyal people like that. So she was calling people up on the stage at the end. And then she said, Lily, you come up here too. And Candace, she was like, oh, I didn't realize you performed. Come up here, sweetie. Like, she really liked her. And you can tell she liked the women and celebrated the women on the tour. She shouted Maya out as well as the rest of SWV. And then she was calling these names off of a paper. And then she said, okay, anybody who wants to come on the stage. I was like, oh, I don't know if she wants to do that, but she seems like she's just like that way. But that is the Femmeitforward tour at the MGM Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland on Sunday night. It's 1 a.m., y'all, and I'm doing this. I got to go wash my face, take a shower, and get ready to get up in the morning. I just wanted to come on quickly for reviews and news. Thank you so much. And once again, if you were at that show, let me know in the comments. Until next time, God bless. Peace, y'all. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I'm trying to grow my page, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It might not seem like a lot to some, but it is to me. So make sure if you're watching this video, do me a favor and subscribe below. See y'all later. God bless.